And again, the standard Mesmer build. Match is getting started. Again, admins want us to push this forward, so we really don't have a lot of time. Apologies for that. So we're getting started here. Again, who do you think is going to win this one, Grouch?
You know, I got to go for the engineers. It's going to be a rough fight for them, especially with all the retail going around, but I got to go for the engineers, man. I feel obligated.
I don't know. I'm thinking with the projectile reflection that the Mesmers use, they might have a chance if they pop those correctly. So we're gonna open up the map to see their splits here. We do have one of the Mesmers gonna cross over here, possibly over to Henge. Meanwhile, most of the engineers, it looks like actually one engineer over here saw this coming, so he's gonna be there to counter that push. Arabelle James rather, is gonna be on here. And that Mesmer's sort of just gonna bail off. She doesn't really want to toy with that, as it's gonna be far too much trouble. So blue team does get theirs point with no trouble. Back over here to the mid fight. Stunning Styles at the moment, taking on members of the blue team. Blue team's actually down quite a few people here that they could possibly have in here, so we are seeing a bit of a disadvantage there. The feedback on Stunning Styles has already been popped, and nice job there with the focus. They get Tiny Kuroshi down. He goes down and is stomped with no trouble due to those pops. Nice play there by the Mesmers.
A big problem here is that extra engineer stayed at Henge a little bit longer than he should have, trying to check in and see if that Mesmer was going to push in, and that Mesmer went to keep.
Wow,
and so they're outnumbered.
The engineers just get completely destroyed, and they're already off the point, moving on to other goals here. They're actually split up pretty badly, so they're gonna have to regroup. Again, Paquito, who is in the worst, in my opinion, the worst possible position to be in right now, being the squishiest member of this team. He's way out in the open. He should really be backing up, in my opinion.
Well, he does have She's the Only Mesmer down. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That looks like he's got teammates coming in.
Yeah, the rest of his teams are coming in. Paquito's going to move over here. Ooh, nice little play there with that. Nice job there by Ryder. However, it's
Arabelle Jones actually got stomped out, and She's the Only Mesmer actually got rezzed up from that.
Really? I did not.
Yes.
I did not see that.
They didn't put a pressure on the corpse. They did none at all.
So Paquito moved in over here to mine, but I don't believe he realized there was already a Mesmer there. She was doing a pretty nice job of hiding, so Paquito's gonna be like, "Whoa, I didn't see this coming," and he's gonna get out of there, or he's gonna try to get out of there. And as we saw before, he's just far too squishy to really do anything on his own, in my opinion. He's gonna go down. Engineer team's actually getting control very well here by the Mesmer team. They really can't group up. The Mesmer team's doing a pretty good job of keeping them split at the moment.
I think we're going to see the stomps from the Mesmer team are going to be a lot safer. They all have the distortion just passively built into their builds. Obviously, it'll be a little bit better for the Shatter Mesmers since they can get the additional second on there as well. But it's, you know, let's say engineers running S, they're not going to be able to. Well, you know, it's kind of weird because the Mesmers can avoid the first stomp anyways, but they're going to take a lot of damage from the other Mesmers when they try to go for the stomp.
We're actually seeing Mesmers go for the 3-cap now. They actually want the 3-cap here. They're just trying to harass a little bit. We're seeing right now Stunning Styles take on Miru Guy on the point. Miru Guy, definitely one of the more defensive ones. We've seen him before, was definitely running with a lot more knockbacks and whatnot traits. And Stunning Styles, look at all the conditions on him right now. He's just getting absolutely wrecked by conditions. Most of them aren't doing damage, but it's gonna hurt him a lot. And wow, frame rate lag, I apologize for that.
Well, that's a pretty standard thing to happen in the 5v1.
So he goes in and
is be able to do there.
Just wrecked. I don't know what he was thinking there. The Psychedelic Spy holding steady with an open portal here. She's the Only Mesmer is sort of just. I really don't know if they actually wanted that or not, was my question there. Riera looks like, where's she at? Riera's, they're just waiting. If we're going to open up the map and actually draw it out here, they were just sort of waiting there, holding a line against them. But now, the nice job Mesmer's noticing this, but they're already shifting themselves to position themselves up here as well as the engineers try to move in around the back. We're actually going to see if they... No, this is what engineers doing. This is actually pretty sneaky. They may not be able to see this, but the engineers are going to sneak through here and try to take spawn here from them. So we're going to look at Paquito again here. But the Mesmers again with amazing communication here. They already saw this, they adjusted themselves, and they just overwhelmed the Engies and took them out. And it seems pretty likely that Spawner is going to go to the Mesmers. It's getting low though, and they're still in this vicinity, so it's I don't know, gonna be close. And oh, actually, yeah, engineers get it. So interesting. They did pretty much wipe themselves though in the process.
Yeah, they sacrificed a lot on that.
I don't know if it was worth it, but. They got it.
Not worth.
So Mesmers are going to be slowly moving back up here to middle. They are fighting out one of the Mesmers goes down here. Stunning Styles manages to go down. Tiny Kiyoshi here is trying to keep him down, but unfortunately Mesmers definitely have superior numbers here, so they're going to take him down easily. And also again, we're seeing She is the Only Mesmer being very aggressive here, going for this 3-cap. Actually, he's changing his mind now and getting out of there. I don't know if that was probably just a delay. Mesmers from moving on to the midpoint. But he's going to get out of there and sort of move his way back over to middle where his team is. And he should Actually, no. Puff Coco actually CCing him pretty nicely. He may get caught up in this.
Yeah, I think she's the only Mesmer who's probably going to go down here just from the condition stacking that's going on here from the other engineer.
Yeah, he's getting...
Worst thing you can do is die in roads.
He's getting pretty low, so he is going to go down here. Mesmers are around, but with a nice little stealth there from Puff, he's going to take him out, and he's going to go down. Nice job, actually, there, Puff, with that little clutch stealth.
You know, they did have to sacrifice a little bit here to get all the feedback into their team comp. They had to give up a lot of the Illusion of Life. So I think the only one I see on the team right now that's running Illusion of Life is going to be
you know,
HK.
It's working, though, because when we are seeing the big team fights, engineers just really aren't getting the damage out that they should. And they really should, especially on this map, because most of the fighting is contained in this small point. Engineers really should be getting that out, but unfortunately they're at a fairly big disadvantage there because Mesmers are running straight up conditions. Or straight up projectile blocks. And Mesmers, or engineers, once again just getting knocked off the point. They really didn't even look like they even got on it. They got it decapped, but after the Mesmers showed up, they just took it right back. Mesmer's currently up at 350 points. The engineers are 225 at the moment.
Oh my goodness. If you just take a look at, like I was watching Puff Coco's perspective there, he threw some grenades in and just got eaten up by Retail. This is what I've been talking about the entire time. The Etal is going to absolutely destroy this engineer team, and Voz did mention that in chat earlier, that he was very concerned about the Retail. Yeah. And it looks like it's a large part of why they're losing these team fights so badly.
So he goes down. Actually, Mesmer's getting turned around a little bit here. They're getting pretty low. Riera going, what is in my opinion, the wrong way. She, with 1,600 health at the moment, is going to aggress Henge.
I think she's running. I think she's just trying to get out of there. She did pop a mass invis to try to disengage.
Why should we go that way is beyond me, though. Back at the middle point, it seems engineers have turned this fight around. They're doing pretty well at turning this fight around. They did manage to decap it again, because as Mesmer's health has been weakened pretty nicely, and engineers are taking that advantage to the fullest. Tiny Kyoshi, however, going down. Miru guy also pretty low there, more than likely from the attempt on the res. We're seeing again engineers sort of taking cab control. This is actually still this is still anyone's fight here in the middle. We're seeing low health players on both sides, and the Mesmers are a little bit spread out at the moment. We see them here. One of them's down there. Another one is still on his way up to keep from there, but.
And something to note, Rira did get a portal down at Henge before he left there. He did just get taken down. If he can get spawned up quick enough, I think he might be able to take a portal back and get a decap on Henge.
Just looking again over here at Stunning Styles. He's pushing off.
Actually, he did go on cooldown there.
And engineers did manage to kill their boss, so they're going to get the point boost from there. Mesmers, however, going pretty close. They're just below 70 points to win. It looks like 65 now until the needed victory. And so engineers need to pull something off quickly here with decaps in order to get themselves back in this. She's the only Mesmer again. Really just Mesmer team just absolutely wrecking engineers when it comes to these team fights. It seems to me engineers are somewhat discombobulated at the time. We have one over here trying to sneak in a spawner kill. He's trying to pull it away, but he's doing a little too slowly.
They definitely are discombobulated. I mean, the Kandi engineers, their mainstay is being able to do AoE Kandi damage in team fights, but right now they're being punished with that from the feedbacks, all the feedback, and they're also getting punished from the retail. Like those two things, retail is huge damage. A lot of people don't realize that, but retail does so much damage, especially to engineers. I hate fighting Guardians and I hate fighting Phantasm Mesmers. I mean, every grenade every set of grenades you throw is going to throw 3 grenades out. It's going to proc 600 damage of retail. That adds up.
It does, and it really is. I think has made the difference this game, unfortunately, because as we saw many times, blue team was not really able to contest the midpoint without much success. They relied mainly on ganks and backcaps. However, unfortunately, unless this decap goes off in the next couple seconds here, which I don't believe is going to happen, then Stunning Styles holding this point is going to end the game for them. That's going to be GG, and Mesmers are going to take the first round out of 3 in the semifinals.
Indeed. Something to note there, it looks like HK actually did DC there for a little while. He did make it back into the game just in time to cap that cap mine. Didn't really affect the outcome, obviously.
So we're going to change up the score here real quick. Properties.